to you. It didn't come on Friday. You're welcome.
Okay. Made workout noise.
Oh, stop. Have you been seeing mine come through on the watch?
Yeah. They're on vacation.
Oh, gym situations happening. Happy Monday to me / Tuesday. Oh, it says on the sides.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Trying to give you guys a second to share this, tag each other, alert everybody that we're live because today is BCR Give Day. And we've got operations manager Afton, who is incapable of putting gloves on this morning, ready to take us on a feeding tour. But I want to make sure you guys have shared this, alert each other. We are gonna kick off the morning with quite a few cats.
Yeah.
Afton crafted a specific list for you guys to see, and before we actually head out, she's gonna kind of give us a little tour of the freezers and the coolers here, and everybody will be loading up to go out and feed along with us. So
yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's just do it.
All right, we'll start in the freezer.
Yeah.
Wonderful interns had organized these because we're expecting some deliveries this week. A chicken delivery, which we get pretty much everything, whether it's ground meat, fish, all sorts of types of chicken, pork, turkey. We all get from the chicken guys, what I call them. And then red, we just basically get red from the red
guy.
So this is
very simple.
The chicken in our whole prey. We do feed whole prey twice a week. Which is all here for rehabs and for the guys out here that will eat it. All of our rando meats are on the right side, and then all the chicken in the back.
Shrimpies.
Yes.
Lots of shrimpies.
A hybrid thing.
Yes, it is a hybrid thing.
And then the big freezer is where all the red is. And you can see all of our empty shelves here. It's because our mush comes from Colorado. So we order a lot at a time. We'll get 180 cases, in which I am expecting to get. So we have to free up all the shelf space because we will utilize all of it. And then our overflow stuff from the chicken guy kind of takes up the rest of them. So right now it looks a little bare, but we're getting our deliveries this week.
And when she says red, she's definitely meaning beef.
Yes. Red meat.
Red meat.
And then we do a 3-day pull process in the cooler.
So you'll see everybody getting all their carts loaded up, all the different routes going out this morning. Hey!
Coming in hot.
So this is what it feels like when you're trying to load your cart in front of everybody in the doorway. So they're taking everything with them that was already prepped.
So this is the prepared diets. They all live on the shelves and separated per route. We have 4 routes, 2 small cats and 2 big cats. Meat that needs to be used first regardless of what the feeding sheet says. All lives here. And then they will be prepping tomorrow's breakfast from this shelf. This is the next day. And then this is what they pulled today for the 3 days. And then once we use all the meat we need for feed prep, we just kind of put everything on the feed out and move the shelves around and then change the sides and do it again the next day.
Yeah. And this special little section over here, what's this all about?
This is usually full of med's meat, just ground stuff and different stuff that we use to give medicine in. These are supplements, and then this is our rehab shelf where the rehabber can come and pick up their diets. Oh, right.
Right, that's the cooler. Didn't we have to replace something recently in the cooler?
Light bulbs.
Light bulbs. What
And
about?
the small freezer? One of the fans was not working.
That's what it was.
So we
okay.
just got a new fan in there too.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
Oh, what a temperature change.
I know, I felt really nice.
And then we're going to do a variety of cats today, from Savannah cats, Bobcats, Lynx, more Savannah, Caracal, we got some Servals, and a couple tigers.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
and some kibble. See, someone's looking out for us.
Beecher. Alright. I think we're ready, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
A little list here.
We have an ops manager thing. She's gonna check on something real quick. So real quick, while she's double checking something, thank you so much for anybody who's donating here on this live. If you'd rather donate through the website, you can do that at bigcatrescue.org/giveday. We're gonna go live several times today. This morning's gonna be the feeding tour with Afton.
Sorry about that.
All
Duty
good.
calls
That's
all
what
the
I
time.
said. I was like, ops manager, they gotta go 6 different directions all at once. All right. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for sharing. Make sure you guys help each other out in the comments. I will try to keep an eye on the comments. If you guys have any questions for Afton about anything that we're doing, or operations type questions or anything like that, now would be the time. I don't always, I get the cutesy questions like, what kind of like snack does that cat like? But like she does the opposite side of things, so she would have those answers. So we're actually the first route out. That never happens. Feeding tour cats usually are the last ones to eat, like an hour later.
Watched everybody else around them get fed. Hey, what about me?
So she picked a nice variety where you guys will basically see every species that is here. We're going to start out with someone's personal favorite.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's all right. I know. Hi, buddy. He's like, I'm ready for that breakfast.
So I'm going to start by feeding Mouser, and this was a last minute decision because if I'm on property, I'm the only one that feeds Mouser. I call him my cat, and he has his own feeding sheet, and at the top it says my name on it. So everybody knows if I'm here, don't bother, because I like to spend that time with them. He usually just likes company, and it's easy for me to do that so that they can get everybody else taken care of instead of somebody sitting there for 30 minutes to wait for him to finish eating.
Yep.
He does get whole prey. It's his favorite food. So this is probably the only day of the week I don't have to sit with him because this is exciting.
Yes, he'll enjoy this.
But
to
it
the
just
end.
feels right to feed him. I am here and I'm feeding his neighbors.
Right. Yeah, I actually really enjoy my Monday night time with him because I wait till the end so I can really sit with him.
Yeah, I'll give him his meds and then I'll swing back by him and
Same. Yeah, that's what I've been doing too.
Baby? Oh, yeah.
Here's the mousers.
Let's go. Okay, yeah, it's different. That's a good boy.
Oh, that's exciting. Got a prize.
Look what I got.
So why don't you tell everybody quickly like why we feed whole prey to certain cats and the benefits of that? And
we wish everybody would eat whole prey because it's actually pretty good for them, and it kind of like simulates what they what kind of foods they'd be eating in the wild. And so all the fur and the bones is like good refuge for their digestion, and they get all that natural organ meat, kind of like what the mush does for the cats that don't eat it, but this is straight organ meat.
and he loves
He is very proud of his whole prey, and he will sometimes howl and carry on and tell everybody what he got. Good boy.
Good job. We'll let
Good
you
boy.
enjoy. This is definitely the one meal that he doesn't need you to stay for.
Yeah, no.
Don't worry, Frankster. I made sure you got added. I was like, we can't feed Gilligan and not feed Frankie. Like, yeah, Gilligan might start to be suspicious now that there's 2 of us. So thank you guys again for joining our feeding tour here this morning at Big Cat Rescue on Big Cat Rescue's biggest fundraiser of the year, Give Day.
See what's on the menu today. Besides their mush. Ooh. So today, Frankie is getting the mush, which is a carnivore diet, basically made of pretty much ground up cow organs. Also has some added vitamins and minerals for them. And then he's getting the red, which is beef, which seems to be cut up, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
He tends to hover sometimes.
Yep, he's a plate crowder. Frankie Bobcat, you ready for breakfast? Oh goodness.
Since I live in this lockout for breakfast and lunch and dinner.
Yep. Yep. Oh goodness sakes. She gotta get it ready to get it in here.
Know. Hey. Oh, see. Like a red explosion just happened. I know, but you're crowding.
Mister, have some manners. Have some manners. Keep catching it in your mouth.
I know, but you don't allow me time. Oh, look, there's pieces right there. Right there. Right there.
It's by your foot. Oh, sir, you're so unruly. You're so unruly.
Just look at this mushroom. There you go.
There we go.
Oh, like usually these are in whole pieces. Someone was being very extra nice by cutting it up for him. It's not necessary. But those plate crowders, man.
So do you want to explain to everybody real quick about what he's eating inside of his lockout and what that means and why we don't lock him out? Even though he was very unruly. So he splattered. Yeah, he splattered some of the beef, so she's gonna get it collected and give it back to him.
I just use a stick. Typically they'll bring an off-road stick. There you go, buddy. He's ready to catch him midair always.
He is.
So I was giving my hands some space from getting his meat back. And this is the feeding lockout that he was patiently waiting in. This is where they come to get fresh food and water every day. As you can see, the door's open so he can come in and out. We don't shut him in here or anything like that. Currently, the only cat that will get shut in their lockout is Nabisco, because they're in funcation. He doesn't care. It's just to keep him and Flint separated from each other so that they can safely eat and it not be a stressful situation. But otherwise, they have free roam to this all day to come and get fresh water, even though he wishes food magically shows up all the time.
Food just comes out of the floor, he thinks.
But also we use this if we ever want to put them on funcation, which is a bigger enclosure that they get to spend some time in, or to see the vet. We can close them in here and then transfer them into something to transport them somewhere else.
Good job, buddy.
It's a happy place because he spends a lot of time here.
He does.
Hoping that snacks are a thing.
All right, cute boy. All right, cute boy. We got feed that neighbor. Oh, he looks so handsome over here. What's Gilligan getting?
He has chicken breast and red today.
Nice.
Yeah, on whole prey days, he's no longer allowed to have that. He gets a lactulose because he tends to get backed up, so we had to kind of take the bigger bones and the fur from him. We tried switching him to rats. He is not into it. He just wants to play with it, and that's not what they're for.
Right. He's like, fun toy, thanks. Bring me real breakfast later. Hi, cutie pie. He did so good for me last night during meds.
But he's going to be happy he doesn't have mush today.
No mush for Gilly today.
Oh.
Look at that face. Mouser's like, I'm done.
Hey, Mom.
I'm done. You can come back now. Look at that face.
You looking, baby?
Good
Like,
job.
yeah, that lady likes to catch me.
Yeah, he's not got a lot of trust for the staff members anymore because we've trapped him to move him around in hospital stays a couple of times over the last few months, so we will clear out quickly. Good job, buddy. All right, I'm going so you can eat. Frankie will cheerlead for you.
Yeah. Oh, eat it up. He sometimes leaves about half his mush, and then it just is like a tease for Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie's like, if I could just get over there. All right, guys, if you joined in late, we had a nice little tour of the freezers and the cooler up at Food Prep, and then we loaded up so that we could head out and feed so far Mouser, Frankie, and Gilligan. Thank you so much. There's no way I could keep up with thanking each of you for donations because unfortunately Facebook's still not showing us individually who is donating and for how much, but I can see that all of our team members online are helping shout you out, so thank you so much for that. Got a couple more Bobcats to go on our list. I'm wearing my small girl shirt for you today, lady.
Oh my God, she cooperates with me. It's for food.
Hi, sweetheart. Serena C. Smalls. I got my small girl shirt on today. It's food time. I promise it's okay.
Yeah. It's breakfast time.
Ooh, what was that? I'm getting some extras in there today. So Smalls is getting the carnivore diet that we call mush, as well as some chunks of beef. I think she's being a little like, I don't know, there's two of you.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's all right, sweethearts. I promise. I come away from the side that has your door. No one's dropping the door. Come on, sweet girl. Come have that breakfast. Don't worry, it's not a trick. It's not a trick. You're okay. Good job. Oh, I'm gonna take this piece of red out here. She's gonna eat very slowly because she's a little paranoid. Yeah, I promise nothing bad's happening. She's taking each little piece of red and walking out with it. You're all right, sweetheart. Yeah, she's... Yeah, doing good. If anyone else wants a small girl shirt, you can find those at bigcatrescue.biz. Just search for Smalls Bobcat. So I wanted to mention that we do have a $50,000 match today for Give Day, thanks to some very generous donors. And we have not reached that match yet, even though we have been taking early donations for well over a week. So if you guys are donating, just know that your donations are being matched dollar for dollar up to $50,000. So thank you guys so much for helping our first live today be very successful. If you want to donate here on Facebook, we love that. That's a fun incentive for all of us involved with the Facebook Lives. But if you'd rather donate online on our website, you can do that, bigcatrescue.org/giveday. Good job, honey. You're doing so good. Smalls is not one of the cats that likes whole prey, but has been known to chase the occasional squirrel. Huge thank you to everybody helping out in the comments today. I really wish we could thank you individually for donating, but it just doesn't work that way anymore. So if you just joined in, we're at Smalls Bobcat here, and Afton has already fed Mouser, Frankie, and Gilligan. We've got a couple more Bobcats to show you guys. Some tigers, Caracal. I guess the only species today that we aren't representing in the feeding tour is Jinx, our leopard, but we're hoping to include him in the enrichment that we'll do later. They're eating very slowly. Good job, lady. I can't squat anymore. She's doing good. Okay. Okay. You better come back and finish that. So gotta think about it. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
Secrets are hard.
Yes, Afton and I have been holding in a secret this morning. So we are very, very, very excited to finally announce. You want to have the honors? Val, our rehab Bobcat that you guys know has been through hell and back. She's officially a permanent resident.
Yes.
So we are going to feed her this morning.
We are.
On camera.
Yes. She's been kind of sneaking around, and I've been paying attention to her while we're here.
Yeah.
She does eat in her lockout now at breakfast time. It's taken quite some time to get her comfortable with this idea. She's just very elusive to people, which makes sense. She was taken into our rehab program as an adult and has gone through a lot with us.
Yes.
So if you don't remember Val when she was in the rehab program, she came in with a gunshot wound and a very weird looking front limb, and we tried to save her limb and it just wasn't going to work out. So we did have to amputate it, and she has fully recovered from that and her gunshot wound. We're keeping an eye on her eye. That would be the next step. We did take some 3 of her canine teeth out that had been broken, 2 probably where she may have gotten hit by a car, and 1 probably chewing on the windowsill, because you guys probably saw her
Good
being
grief,
naughty.
yeah.
But that's what you get when you have a wild bobcat in a room that's so unfamiliar to them.
Yeah.
But I started by seeing her in the back den here, and she jumped up and got on top of the den, kind of hung out in the ferns for a minute, then came down, and now she's hiding in the ferns over here by her lockout. So I'm gonna walk over there and drop her food in, and we'll see if she is comfortable coming out.
Do you think if
here.
I stand like over here,
so.
I
You
can zoom? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
I think so.
I'll get in place then, and then we'll watch, and hopefully she'll sneak out. We'll be patient, and we'll be a little bit more quiet, but Val is officially a permanent resident, and we can't wait to spoil her with everything that we do here. So we'll watch Afton from a distance, and we'll see if she'll sneak out of those ferns. I can hug this cage because Flint and the Disco are not here. Oh! She took off the other way. If we don't get an eye on her, we will...
I still see her.
Okay.
Up on top of this. I'll just give her some.
Yeah. If she doesn't come down to eat while we're here, we will move on, and then I'll try to come back at some other time, give you guys a better view of her. She's on to us. she is too smart for us. So she has to make her way back over to her feeding lockout. So I am going to move along because I want her to enjoy breakfast and not feel weird about it. She's started doing really, really well where she's coming right down for the feeder. But go figure, we tried to mix it up on her today. You can see Ryan over there in the distance. She probably thought that Ryan was going to feed her, and then along came me and Afton, so that's weird. But her feeding lockout's right there. We're going to clear out, give her a chance to eat, and then maybe later today we'll pop over and try to show her again. But official, it's official. I know, she's like, nope, I feel your weird energy. You're too excited.
Smart cat.
She locked eyes with my camera and never like looked anywhere else, so. But I got a really good zoom on her where they could see her in the ferns, so yay.
Yay!
All right, well now we don't have to go the whole rest of the tour. We were gonna make her the finale and both of us were like, I don't think I can hold it in.
Secrets are hard. Especially here, we tell you guys everything. And this is something that we've been holding back for a couple of weeks.
Yep, letting her settle in too, because it's basically a game of hide and seek, which is always fun.
The cleaners have a really tough time because she's so good in the ferns.
Yep, she is.
She knows her way in the little, she has her own little like nests in the ferns that she's got a couple she'll go to.
Yeah. Well, we can swing back by at the end and double check.
Yeah, and sometimes she just sits at the
back.
top of that den when she's done eating.
Mm-hmm. So we'll let her enjoy breakfast. We'll keep going. Quite a few cats left, actually.
Yeah.
We're gonna pass by a giant pile of lumber that will be probably the next live that we'll be doing around 10 o'clock or so. We will explain what that is about to become.
Cool, because I have no idea. I'm like, oh, what is it?
That's a Jamie Victor thing. So.
Cool. Can't wait. Oh boy. My little breakfast buddy. I know I found him last week because I missed him. Like having separation from him.
I know, he's so darling. Hi Moses. Can we ride for breakfast? Will it weird them out if I come along, or should I watch from a distance?
I don't think so. I think they're really good about it now.
I was gonna say, he's my operant boy, so I don't think he'll care. I'm more worried about her.
So something a little unique about this feeding situation, and why I'm so excited to feed Moses, which is very random for me, is because after we moved them, because they were caught in lockout, they didn't trust lockout, and then now we're in a new space, and we didn't understand lockout.
Right, where's it at, and what is that
And they
mean?
both wanted to eat in the same one, and you gotta, you know, kind of reteach them to separate themselves. And for some reason, because Bailey's more elusive than Moses, like we knew that this feeding lockout would be ideal for her, but Moses was afraid to come up here for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Yeah.
So I decided, because if you give someone instructions and you get your volunteers here sporadically throughout the days, it needs to be consistent. Cats are very, very routine animals. And so the routine kept getting broken by me trying to explain what to do to feed them, to try and get them to separate. So instead, what I did was I fed them for 4 weeks before they figured out how this works and being comfortable doing it. So this is my little breakfast buddy. He was for a good month.
It's no easy task to teach a 21-year-old and a 19-year-old bobcat that basically lived in the same enclosure for most of the time they've been here. Come on, Moses. So you'll see Moses has to just come around the corner through a small tunnel situation, and then he will come through that door. Good job, buddies. And he'll come around that corner.
Patience went into this.
And
Lots
yay!
of patience.
Lockout.
Hey, and he's a smart boy, so I knew he'd catch on. It was just building trust that nothing bad happened. Sometimes we put the door down if Bailey needs a little bit more time. I always feed him usually about half so I can get Bailey going. Especially today will be easy because she just has a rat, but on her meat days, she's a little slower with the mush and she'll take bites and leave. So I'll shut the door, but today shouldn't be necessary. But now he's also comfortable with me shutting the door. That was the problem I was having.
Yeah, totally. So then Bailey's lockout is around the corner. They used to have lockouts right next to each other, and it was absolutely amazing how they both knew which was theirs. Ginger's like, what's for me? What's for me? Somebody else feeding you, lady. There's Bailey.
Good girl, Bailey. Oh boy.
Take my prize and go.
Hers is more like a drive-through. Grab and go.
Back over to get Moses there. Yeah, it's. You guys know we just celebrated Moses' 21st birthday, and this month he will have been at Big Cat Rescue for 21 years.
And after our live, the next day I went and checked on the enrichment, and I don't think Rain had anything to do with it. Every single one of them had interacted with it.
Nice.
Cute little face, baby. There.
Good job, buddy.
There you go.
All right. So he has chicken and red today. Moses does not have a lot of teeth, so he gets his
his is cut up appropriately.
Yeah. Yeah, Frankie didn't need that, but Moses does. That's also why it's important to make sure Moses and Bailey don't get back together too quickly on a whole prey day, because he should not have her rat.
No. And he would probably try.
Yeah, well, Max and Marianne are that way, because
Yeah.
she gets a rat still for whole prey, and he gets a very cut up diet, and he thinks he can try sometimes. We now drop a door between them, though.
Yes. No need for him to gum it to death, and then her just sit there like, what did I get? Good boy, Moses.
Doing so good.
Apparently we favor red over chicken.
I see that. See that. And
I
you
know,
guys,
Beecher, we have yours ready.
yes, we're coming to you, I swear. You guys see the layer of chicken wire that I'm zooming through? That is just to help, especially the smaller cats, but it happens with the big cats too. We have some very brave vultures that swoop in. It seems to come in waves. Like there's either hundreds or there's none.
Ducks, but the ducks have backed off.
Ducks have gotten smarter, yeah. So that just helps from them trying to even stress or attempt to steal the food from the cats. Getting every last bite.
Good boy. Oh,
What
there's
was
people
it?
here.
Aww. Little Dove used to do that. She'd like zone out on her sickle or her food, and then all of a sudden she'd be like, holy crap, you're still here. I'm like, yes, I've been watching you this whole time. Been watching you the whole time.
Good job, bud.
Yeah.
You're so brave. Love seeing you eat lockout. That was a long project.
No, it's important because if there's an emergency, like that's the best.
I just want to
way
make
to
sure
get
that
them.
I can get him in here every time comfortably before I open it up to just all the keepers trying. You
Good
left
job,
a couple pieces.
Look at that sassy walk.
Oh,
He's like, my Blue Jay friend can have that.
Yep.
There's like 3 little tiny pieces of chicken. Yep, there he goes. Watching birds eat birds is weird. I don't like it. I don't like watching squirrels eat meat either. I'm like, no, you're supposed to just do fruits and nuts. All right. I think those.
That's what bothers me.
Yeah.
You lay down fresh grass seed and then you got like 50 squirrels and 20 birds, and I'm just like, no, that's not for you. Alright, we'll go ahead and do chaos.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna head over to Chaos Caracal now. Thank you so much to everybody who's donated. We can't thank you guys enough for that. Make sure if you wanna get in on the $50,000 match that you donate either on Facebook during these lives today or over on our website, bigcatrescue.org/giveday. And it'll be matched dollar for dollar up to the $50,000 match. And what we're fundraising for today is a lot of the small things that make huge differences to these cats' lives here at the sanctuary. And that's things like platform repairs and pool repairs and cage maintenance and all the things, adding new things for our rehab program. Pretty much anything that makes it easier from the day to day for both our people and our cats.
And also since COVID, some of you may not know because you're not doing any kind of home construction, but lumber has gone up quite a bit.
Yeah.
It is really hard to get wood.
Yeah. Look at her. She's like,
ready.
I'm here.
She's ready.
She's our sunshine girl. Her lockout's always in the bright sun.
I don't know why there's a tile over it.
Oh, that's not helpful.
I feel like that didn't used to be.
It didn't.
Like, where did it come from?
I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, that's weird.
I don't like it.
No. Normally there's not a tile over top of the feeding tile so that we can just drop the food in from the top, so.
Okay, honey. Yeah. Luckily,
I was gonna say
we're by our experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say we are from the generation that at one point used to feed in from the side, tossing handfuls from the side. So,
I mean, I prefer.
I kind of like it better too, especially for the really cut up, smaller diets. It is easier sometimes.
Like it's less of like a meat splash.
Yes. Good job, lady. Little pom pom ears. Just gonna take that tile away.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No, it wasn't.
Sun's coming from the side.
It wasn't. Make more sense to lay it on the side. Oh, you're eating too fast, honey.
Oh, that's lovely.
Smaller bites. I knew it would happen at some point. I've never filmed a feeding tour yet where a cat didn't get too excited and then show us their breakfast twice.
Ear tufts. They're just way too heavy to stand
I
up.
know. I said it's the Florida humidity makes them
Oh, I
makes
get it,
them
girl.
droopy. I know. The frizz is real. Yeah. You're not usually the one that does that. Cyrus does that,
Yes.
like every time. Unfortunately, these cats, like Zucari, Chaos, and Cyrus, all came from basically a breeding facility being used to breed hybrids and exotic cats for the pet trade. And when you've got a ton of cats that are all declawed, sharing small spaces, they're very intense about food, and they have to feel like they compete for food.
Listen to your Blue Jay. She's not gonna leave you any.
No, sorry, go back to Moses. And even
Covering
after
all bases.
she has taken a bite from every corner, even after being here for several years, knowing that nobody's going to come along and steal her food, they still just unfortunately grew up that way. Every last bite.
That are different. Oh, look at this lovely cat eating this blue jay here.
Oh, I do that all the time.
It's
Half
so
my
bad.
lives, I'm like, look at this flower. Just ridiculous.
That's really how I felt at the last Bobcat release. I'm like, oh, there's owls.
Oh, the owls were amazing.
Yeah, they were so cool. I mean, the Bobcats were really awesome.
So we'll continue to do some lives throughout the day. The next one should be around 10 o'clock, and that'll be with Victor and Jamie, really talking about a lot of the projects around here.
Oh boy.
Cool.
Oh, that's gonna be bouncy disaster. Oh, I snorted. I'm sorry.
And then later this afternoon, we will try to do some enrichment handouts because our enrichment committee and group got together for quite a few Wednesday nights to pull together a very cute money theme.
Really cute. It is really cute.
But we'll be making it rain money for the cats for them to destroy it. But I don't think they'd ever done a theme like that before, so they were really excited about it. There's your kibble.
You start there.
This is Beecher. Good job, Beach. Hi.
It's like, where's the good stuff?
Yeah.
Right there.
The fish and shrimp are coming eventually.
Oh, what is happening?
Goodness.
Making it rain kibble.
Here we go. He probably had just gotten done eating grass. It wasn't all the way down yet. Good job, cute boy.
This is a very nice view from the side situation. Oh!
Oh, there's the shrimpies. So I mentioned at Chaos, you know, facilities, breeding, hybrids and such, and that's our segue to Beecher. Beecher's a Savannah cat. He's a hybrid. Luckily, he's become a really good eater, but he was very finicky in the beginning.
It's always hard transitioning these cats that come from like a pet home situation because they were fed foods that you would think you would give to a domestic cat, but these guys do need the raw meat. So the kibble looks like normal kibble, but because he will not eat mush, it's actually a raw boost diet. So it's got freeze-dried pieces of raw meat in there, and the kibble is formed from a lot of raw meats instead of you know, your typical cat food.
Lots of fillers, lots of veggies over meat. Yeah.
But all of them come with that I have been here for, with a care package from their owners of like wet cat food and kibbles, and this is their favorite. And it's really not the best nutrition for these cats. They really do need a raw diet. I think that's where a lot of hybrid owners kind of go wrong with these guys, but transitioning them to raw food is extremely difficult. We have learned over time that transitioning with shrimp and fish kind of introduces them into others, and then if you cut up like something easy like chicken breast and put it in while you're thawing the shrimp, especially because shrimp's already comes cooked. And so if you thaw it, the juice runs off from being frozen and kind of makes everything like
fishy.
If you think of fishy and thawing, it kind of makes the chicken fishy, and then we just kind of go from there. And it's a long process and a lot of arguing with the cat.
Although it's really funny because Beecher's really good at operant conditioning, and like he'll eat like a small piece of red meat off a stick every single time. But if you give him a pile of red meat, he's like, no thanks. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that, but it's so goofy. Because I've tried to do operant with fish and shrimp, and it's very difficult. It doesn't stay on the stick that well.
Uh-oh. That one wasn't worth the try.
There's 2 more pieces right there, though. One by your foot. One by that foot. There it is.
Oh, look, there's kibble again.
Yeah.
Your little mushy substitute. And Diablo, one of our other Savannah cats, also gets the mush substitute. And then Mouser won't eat it typically. If you give it to him on a random day, he'll be like, oh, what is this? I'll take a few bites. But he's not really into the kibble, but he, for his meds, gets a small whole prey item twice a day. So he's all set, and he does whole prey as well. Beecher won't eat whole prey. Diablo will. So we don't really worry about that with Mouser. With Mouser, he's just so finicky. We are to the science of what Mouser eats, and it's working great, so we don't change it.
Yep.
Don't change it. It's not worth it.
Beecher also eats about a pound of grass a day. We moved him from an enclosure that was just very, very shady and just didn't seem to grow the grass quite as well. And now he's over where Alethea was, and you can see there's just a mecca of grass and all of his bubbles. Right, bud? Very happy.
You're doing a good job, buddy.
It is.
And lockout and everything.
Yeah.
Him and Diablo sometimes want breakfast together.
Yeah, it's next to each other.
Yeah.
And there are no lockouts over there.
No, Diablo always seems to draw in his neighbors. Apparently he's a likable guy
I
by
was
the
gonna
other
say he's
cats.
everyone's best friend in the cat world, not so much in the human world. He's got like 3 people, like 3 humans that he really likes.
And I'm not one of those. Not at all. It's gotten better over the years. I always think those cats, the older they get, the more tolerable they become of people that they don't really care for.
Yeah. Well, once they've learned that, like, oh, I mean, you do bring me food and snacks and toys, and they deal with it. Ferocious this morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
all that?
I think so.
Too many kibbles in that pie.
Oh, speaking of Diablo, who's like peering over here. Where's Diablo?
Oh great, he ate without me.
He is giving him the cold shoulder now.
I figured it'd be alright since he gets his whole prey today.
Good job, bud.
Alright, go give your friends some support.
Yep, Ryan's here to feed Diablo, and Beecher will be behind him eating grass.
That's what he does best, eating grass.
All right, I think we just got a couple big guys left.
2 bigs and 2 servals.
Oh,
Now
that's
that all
right.
the servals have relocated.
That's right. So we'll show you guys 2 tigers and 2 servals, and that's where we will wrap up.
Yep, only 2 more servals left to move. We should be moving Des this week.
Cool.
And then Ginger will be the last one.
Oh, there's Manny. You can't have a tour without Manny. Hi, Bob. He was a mid-sneak. As soon as I looked at him, he was like, oh, frozen. All right, just a quick recap. If you guys missed any of this, you will be able to rewatch this live at dailybigcat.com. It also now posts on Big Cat Rescue's Twitter. There's Kimba.
Oh,
Hi, handsome.
Breakfast.
Very handsome.
Tease all my neighbors. She hasn't had breakfast yet.
Yep, Jasmine's over harassing Aria, aren't ya? Ooh. So we're gonna see Jasmine Tiger.
We got some cut up bread and a big turkey drum.
Big turkey drum.
And the only reason why we cut up her red is because she likes to stash them for snacks later.
Yes, she does.
But that creates a pest problem.
Yes.
So we don't encourage it. So we just cut it up into bigger chunks so that she doesn't feel like she needs to hide them for later. Which I found out the other day, someone did not do that. And halfway through the day, she's chewing on something. I was like, oh, it's probably red.
Uh-huh. Here, real quick, let's give this handsome guy a zoom. Mr. Kimba. Kimba's already had breakfast. Jasmine has not, so that's where we're going. All right, Jazzkins. See, you're showing everybody your house,
Getting a
too.
home tour at the same time.
Yeah. So she's also going to be our first lockout cat.
The many cats that we've tried in this enclosure that are compatible with Simba.
Yes, it's like a dream come true.
Come on, honey.
Good job, lady. Thank you again for all of your donations. She's going to show her how to like turn that corner, because if you're standing here, sometimes she gets locked up right here behind you thinking like you're just going to give her food, but gotta get her to come all the way around.
Atta girl.
Ooh. Back on this side. That is a very big turkey drum.
And then our leopard, our jaguar, and our tigers all have the lockout doors down for safe feeding. This is just in case I need to stick my hand in. I don't have a tiger in the face.
Yeah, imagine Frankie, only 300 some pounds or more. Very scary.
And on the whole breed day, they get a little bit of less of a diet. So typically she would get probably about 3 times this amount. But today's a little different. She's a good girl, so she doesn't mind a little company.
Yes, thankfully. Back when we had in-person feeding tours, we have been closed to the public since March of 2020, but every Friday, Saturday, Sunday we would do a feeding tour, and she was typically on it because she didn't mind it.
Love her.
Very drooly today. Waiting for that crunch.
Yeah.
Good job, lady.
Yeah, girl. And not only are bones good roughage for their digestion, but it's also a good way for her to brush her teeth. Because I don't think if you hand her a toothbrush, she's going to know what to do with it besides eat it or be like, what is this? But crunching on the bones, it will knock the plaque off their teeth, the plaque and tartar off their teeth. So unless they have some sort of dental issue like we talked about with Moses, where he doesn't really have any teeth, everybody should get offered a bone item in their diet throughout the week. So it's either chicken drums for the bigger guys, and some of them get the turkey drums. The little guys will get chicken necks, and those little bones will help knock that back and tartar off their teeth. Because everybody knows my least favorite thing here is dentals. Yeah, it's gross.
Those are rough.
Yeah. But I don't think any human really likes the dentist all that well either. And a couple things we look for when we are feeding, now that we are able to get into their space, is how do they look? What's her body condition? Should she lay back on the food, or should she have more food, or does she look just right? Also, is she chewing on both sides of her mouth? Which she is. A big indicator of a dental issue is just favoring one side over the other. But see, she seems to be doing just fine on both sides. And her body condition looks really good.
No Buddha belly over here.
No, and really these guys, I know it's easy to think that they may look thin or something like that in captivity because you're just so used to them looking extremely healthy. But these are athletic animals. They should be pretty lean.
Well, not only that, but I mean, unfortunately, since they are trapped in captivity for their whole lives, if they're super overweight or obese, like that's just going to lead to even more health problems or joint problems.
Arthritis.
So, yeah, it's
hard to get around.
Yeah.
And now that they're on meds.
So it's definitely a really important aspect of Afton's job is to make sure that the cats, you know, are at their healthiest weight for longevity, because we have cats that live well into their 20s here. That's a view right there, honey.
Trying to get that knob off. And we have cats that fluctuate seasonally with their weight, and that's something you just gotta keep an eye on. So what I try to do is I try to feed each route at least once a month to make sure I'm getting a good look. Our keepers are really good about giving their suggestions on if they're getting a little bigger or a little thin, but if I can make it out and get my eyes on them at least once a month seems to be okay, especially during the change of the weather and temperatures. A lot of the northern cats like Max, Bobcat, Kelowna, and Dryden,
Gilligan.
Nabisco, Gilligan, all pack on this winter fluff. And when they start to lose their winter fluff, you're like, oh, that's what you look like under there? Because it's just really hard to tell. Good job, girl.
Yeah. Leaving no scraps today.
And all their diets are based off the individual cat. Well, it's not just like, oh, you're a tiger, you should get this much. It's based off their, oh boy. It's based off their age, their health, their activity level, on how much they get to eat. Because she could be a young cat that's pretty lean, but if she's really lazy, she doesn't need like a giant diet, because if she's just going to lay around all day, that's
Right.
not going to go anywhere.
Right, exactly. All right. So we've got one more tiger that we'll see. Hi, Mr. Man. I was like, he's not on the platform anymore. Where is he at?
Yeah.
Hi, sweet boy.
You got away, buddy.
He's like, I went over there to harass this girl that is my new neighbor.
I feel like the rain did its own raking.
It did wash it into sections, yeah.
Nice to see rain, although nobody wants to listen.
No, but it was needed very badly. I was starting to have going home every day having dust headaches from driving around and
Well, you blow your nose and you're like, oh, I must have inhaled some of this
Yeah.
today. Oh, I love this corner with the jasmine and the gardenias.
I wish you guys could smell it. It's
Oh.
absolutely amazing.
It is so good. It's so good.
Hi, Miss Lady. Miss Aria.
I think you already had her breakfast. Oh, I might meet you in lockout, guys. Hang on. She's so funny in the mornings because she has her funny little gallop.
Uh-huh. I've really enjoyed watching her take over Max's space. She's utilizing everything in his enclosure more than she was even doing her own. She swims in his pools.
Gets
She
on
lays
his
on his
platform.
platform,
Yeah.
on top of his dens.
She's been sleeping in his den.
Goofy. Yeah, she has been.
Oh, we're having some kind of meeting here. Oh my god.
What is that?
Even the one that's not interested.
Hi, honey. Go very slow. No running. No running, old lady. Kelly, she's a 21, in June, a 22-year-old tiger. She is our second tiger that we're going to watch have breakfast. And speaking of dentals, she was one of the last ones we did. Like a 4-hour dental because someone likes to chomp their toys. Good job, lady.
Oh, so that's empty. Oh, they should appreciate that.
Good job, sweetheart.
She's also
Oh,
one that likes to stash snacks.
she does like to stash snacks.
So her red is cut up into bigger chunks as well. I mean, I get it's smart. I like snacks too. Sometimes I can't eat all my lunch and breakfast. So a snack a little later doesn't hurt anything.
Oh. Gotta get it all in there safely, then we open the door for you. So you can see all the lockouts are designed the same way. They have a feeding slab. Most of them have the raised water bowl. A lot of people don't understand why we raise the water bowls. That is because in the wild, cats are more prone to go potty in water systems so that predators can't track them and such. And also our small guys love to play in the water. So in order to make sure they have the freshest water for the longest amount of time, we clean them every day, is to raise them, elevate them up for the cats, and hold them in place. Oh, shake it!
Gotta kill it.
I'll make sure it's dead first. Kali's our largest female tiger we discovered, weighing in around 400 pounds at her dental.
Maybe Zucari didn't have cut up meat. He does.
Yeah.
Here, go.
It's all if you can beat him to lock out. Like if he's waiting over here, I just try not to make eye contact and get over quick to his lockout.
He's on his way. He knows.
He does.
He got the visual agreement that I'm on my way.
He's moseying over now. And we actually even keep these tiles on top of the lockouts in order to help some debris from falling into their enclosure. It depends what time of year it is, how bad that can be, but the leaves seem to never stop falling. But good job, lady.
And every once in a while we will fast the cats. And the two reasons why we would fast the cats, one is for flea treatment the next day. We want them to be hungry because what we give them is yucky. And also we do it the day before panicure. Panicure is a 3-day dewormer process where they just get minimal food to make sure that they're hungry every day. And the only cats that we do not fast is a cat like Kali. If they are 20 plus years, they will get food. And if you are Kimba, you get food. And the only reason why Kimba gets food is for his temperament. It just calms him down and makes him easier to work with.
Plus, he'll eat just about anything, so he's not picky.
Yes. But no sense in stressing him out and stressing anybody out that goes near him. Might as well just give him some food. So he'll get half a breakfast. Most of them will get half. Some will get whole. All the Savannah cats get their full diets just because of how finicky they are.
And then
There's
cats
one more
that get
piece,
meds
babe.
and things like that.
Oh,
Oh,
the
she's like,
gravy.
I gotta get all the goodness. There is one piece right behind you.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she just caught eye with it. Well, it's good to know when you put the gravy on top that they appreciate
She
it.
enjoys it, yeah. Oh, there it is. Woo, bonus.
Yummy, girl.
And she will lick the plate clean for a couple of minutes before deciding to turn around and leave.
Very good.
Yeah.
Make it easier for the cleaners that come by.
All right. So just 2 servals left.
I do very much like them out here. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But giving them new space is like giving them a whole space of enrichment.
Yep. Like a whole new lifestyle.
It is. And let me tell you, they have definitely taken care of the snake population out here, especially Alethea. Like every week is another snake.
I think my favorite so far though has been Cricket. Cricket living her best life, climbing every platform,
She
dunking into the
appreciates her new
pool. She's really like utilizing it. And when she naps and falls asleep, she does it facing the lake, which is like the most precious thing. But for her being 21 years old, she's living it up. Sure. And not a lot of manners. So we're going
back to his plate.
We're going to the distraction piece, which was to get him off of the plate.
He's
So that she
squatting.
can- yeah, he's very reachy grabby. You're okay. He's the one I mentioned earlier with Chaos, where he's known to, look at those giant mouthfuls. We're coming, Nala.
Well, that's what.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, he's already eating.
You've already had food.
I know, I was hesitant about Nala, but I'm like, oh, it's breakfast. She'll be fine with
Oh,
Brittany.
yeah. Anytime food's involved, Nala loves me. It's just when I just want to walk up and like talk to her about life, she's like, get out of here. Although since moving her out here, she's actually done a little bit better. She's been a little more tolerant.
Yeah, I think they all have been doing really well out here. Oh, no, your cleaner's going to have to get that one, but I think you'll be all right without it.
Job, bud. I don't want to make you scarf so we see it twice, so I'm going to step back. This area out here was formerly what we would all call outback, and as long as I think most of us have been here, it was all tigers. So they've they've been doing a lot of planting of new grass, putting down grass seed, moving plants around. Because with tigers, they just kind of trample everything. Nothing will survive. And with the small cats, they came from cages where they had a lot of greenery and ferns and things to hide in. And so everybody worked really hard to get this area ready to move everybody out. And we've renamed the area, although I think it's still always and forever going to be outback.
If I'm like specifically talking about the space.
Right, yeah.
But now that the whole section as a whole is here and the opposite side, kind of where we started, perimeter just seemed right. Perimeter littles and middle littles.
Yep.
Middles is kind of what I stick it with. Like
Middles, yeah.
Combine them.
Yeah. Here's our Nala bean.
Save the best for last, girl. It's okay.
Yeah, you're our finale. Oh, Hutch.
With some support from the
With
neighbor.
some jealousy from next door. Don't worry, we're not moving you anywhere else. This is home now.
Oh, play hovers.
Nala. So Nala, Zucari, Hutch, who you can hear in the background, Cricket and Alethea are all African servals that are now living life out here.
You're fast.
With lake views. They all now have swimming pools and very large platforms. It's been a really positive change for them.
It's really nice out here.
It is nice out here.
But
Always
I
a breeze.
do see them all look out at the water and the birds, stalking birds.
I've got quite a few lives where Alethea just shoots out from under the coolaroo and like chases down some random bird flying by. Our grand finale.
And then after the feeding routes are over, we typically drive around to all the cats that we fed to make sure that they ate and there's no scraps that need to be picked up. Check to make sure Val came over and ate, which I'm sure she did.
Oh, don't leave those scraps behind. She looked at the door like, I'm ready to run, but I want this food. Good job, honey.
Oh, a little tiny piece.
Oh, well, she was our last cat, so if you guys missed any of this, we've been live for well over an hour, so this is a nice long one. If you guys came in late or missed any part of it, you can rewatch it at dailybigcat.com. Huge thank you. Looks like we got well over $2,000 in donations, so that went really, really well. So again, we will be continuing to go live. This is just the first one. I will check in with Victor and Jamie probably around 10 or so. And then after that, Afton and I will be figuring out for sure who's getting what, and we'll crank out some enrichment. So every other hour or so for a while today, we will go live for BCR Give Day. It's one of our biggest fundraisers of the entire year, and we can't thank you guys enough. We wouldn't be able to do any of the things we do here without you guys, so yay!
Thanks for joining us, and welcome Val as a permanent resident here.
huge.
Epic Cat Rescue.
Yay!
Surprise!
Awesome, yes. All right, guys, we will see you guys soon.